Hey everybody, Tim at Rat Daddy Studios checking in with you guys. Just going to give you a little progress report. I have been working on painting a lot of parts and doing a lot of sub-assemblies on multiple kits, but for the most part working on this 1/16 scale MPC Street Charger. This is a vintage kit. I finally scored here, and I'll just kind of give you an update. The body is in base coat silver. This is Orion silver, and this is a real fine metal flake, so that's gonna, whenever I shoot that candy paint over top of that, that's gonna give it that metallic finish. So the body's there. Chassis, and interior tub, this is pretty much all finished. Got the interior done. I've got some aftermarket gauges in there that I got on eBay. I've been buying from the same fella on a lot of these larger scale kits. He does a real nice job printing them, and so working on that. The chassis is done, but the big thing has been the motor, which is coming together nicely. This motor actually has a lot of nice detail to it, so it's got full plumbing and good directions on where everything goes. So been working on that. I just started. I was going to put the plug lines in, and I forgot that I had not painted the bungs and the valve covers where the plug lines go in. So stopped what I was doing and painted those real quick. But this actually, for an MPC kit, this actually has gone together pretty well for the most part. I haven't run into too many ill-fitting parts. Probably the biggest problem is exposed points from the sprue tree connections, which always just kind of drives me crazy. But they didn't think about that stuff back in the day. Thank God for this chrome pins. These are our savior. I'll tell you, this is a model builder's tool now. They're awesome. I use that, well, pretty much when I've got everything done. That's one of the last things I do, is go around everything and touch up all the chrome connection points. So hopefully they'll blend in and you won't see them as much. But it's great that we have this thing. So anyway, almost done wiring, but I'm getting down to low numbers on the parts count from what's left of this kit. So just to obviously when the motor goes in, finish the exhaust. It has side pipes. There's good connections under there, the drive shaft and the drive shaft loop, and of course the windows and the body and the bumpers and trim on the body. So still haven't really honestly figured out the entire paint job on the body. So I'm just gonna kind of wait. I'm gonna get the rest of this completely built and go from there. So a lot of the stuff on this, I don't know if I showed you guys this glue, but my buddy Curtis turned me onto this glue a few months ago, and this is great stuff. You can get this on Amazon, and it is a silicone type glue, so it's got some elasticity to it when it dries. It's not just rigid, and I am a CA guy. I mean, as you can see, and CAs of different kinds, and I've got some other different glues here that I use, but I mostly use Zap-A-Gap and Kicker, but that stuff's hard on chrome. It'll haze it a lot of times, and it's brittle also, so parts can be snapped up. And I had been looking for new glues, and I'd been experimenting with some different glues, of course the Tamiya glue down here and stuff, but those liquid glues from like we had back in the day just aren't great. This stuff, you put a little on your part, hold it for just a minute or two, and it sets up really quick. It's very clear and does not haze up your chrome parts. And when it hardens, usually overnight, it hardens really, really good. I mean, it's there, and but you can actually, I've had a couple instances where I had to remove a part, and you can peel it off and it won't damage the paint and stuff. Like when CA, you pull something apart that's painted with CA or glued with CA, it's taking the paint with it. So anyway, I just figured I'd tell you guys that. I finished the little Zinger 57 Chevy. So that was a fun little build. This is just another one of those little in-between deals that I worked on while I was shooting paint. So this is done in candy purple, and I just used an assortment of metallic colors. I used like a dark gunmetal on the frame, and then the leaf silver on the suspension. Of course, then it's got the kit chrome on it, and I did mask it off. I wasn't sure I was going to do that, but I did mask that off and use the leaf silver spray can from Tamiya, and did the side stuff. But I'm not going to do little emblems and stuff. They're so fine, I'll probably end up just messing up the paint, but just, so anyway, but that's fun, and it's really pretty in the sun. It looks just dark solid blue right now, but in the sun this really has a nice candy effect to it. So that's another one finished. I've been fiddling with this little guy. This is that little soapbox derby that came in the El Camino kit, and so I got, it's, the tires and rims were fun. I painted them all silver and then made masks for it, and went in and spray painted the black tires, but had to go in and do a little touch up because the masks bled a little bit. So I gotta come up with some lettering or some kind of decals to put on the side of it. So I haven't really thought out what I'm going to do with that yet. But yeah, that's it's kind of like that's what's going on right now. So I've been also working on the AMT double dragster. Made some good progress on that. I actually got the Streamliner body all painted last night in candy blue. Figure out what I'm going to do with that. I'm pretty sure I'm going to do flames on the nose of that, but I want to go in right now and make sure that everything fits together. It's weird because the body components don't, see, I just fiddled with it a little bit, but the body components don't seem to want to line up. It's almost like the chassis is too short, for everything to go together. So unless I miss something in the frame assembly, which I don't think I did because it's very basic, the assembly, but I got to figure that out. But anyway, I'll show you that. I'll do another video on that, and the monogram slingster. I'll show you what I've got done on that, because I got the chassis coming along pretty good on that too. So I did paint some more parts for the 1/20th scale AMX kit from MPC, which I started on that several months ago, and I wanted to Pro Street it. I made tubs for it. Was not easy. Had a hard time with it. Really, it's kind of a butcher job. It's going to look good when it's just sitting there, but you don't want to flip it over and look too closely, because I did what it took to make it go together. And now I just have to, I've got to make a cover where the back seat would have been. I got to make a cover coming out from the back window and down to kind of hide where I cut it all up for my wheel tubs. So, so I got painted some more parts for that. And I could really, once I get that rear piece made, it's all going to go together really, really quick. Everything's been painted, the motor's assembled. I just got to pop the tires and rims together. I had airbrushed a bunch of stuff with the Moloto chrome last weekend. I believe I did that either Friday night or Saturday. So that's had about a week to set up. I did a bunch of the boat parts also for the boat that's going to go with this Charger, and came out nice. Got the tunnel ram and the headers and everything done in chrome, and got the engine block painted on that. So I'm looking forward to start doing the sub assemblies on that. It's going to be really pretty. I need to clear coat the trailer, and that's the other thing I got to do, is figure out this thing that came with like 4 or 5 different hitches. Got to figure out the right hitch assembly to go on the back of the Charger so everything's straight and not all jacked out of shape. So anyway, they're coming along. So I'm pretty happy. I'm really happy with the Charger so far. Just really still need to figure out the paint scheme. Got the colors in mind that I want to do, but not exactly sure how I'm going to lay out the paint. But that's coming up, and if I can't figure it out anytime soon, I'll just let the body sit until I do and get inspired. Sometimes honest to God, this stuff, I dream about it, and a paint job will come to me while I'm dreaming, or in the middle of the night. I'll think it up and I'll jump up and write it I keep a pad next to the bed all the time, and I'll write notes down, things I think up in the middle of the night. I've done this most of my life, of building models and working on other things. I've always kept a sketch pad next to my bed, because I'll dream of stuff, and if I don't get up and write it down, I won't remember the next morning. So I've done that for a long time, most of my life. So it'll come to me. So getting there. I was in contact with Coast Airbrush today, and my one set of templates, stencils that I'd ordered for the tiki stuff for the boat, still on back order. So I told them to go ahead and send what I had already ordered, and I had to order some more paint some more color to actually go on that boat and possibly this Charger. So I ordered some more paint today, so that should be in within the next week. So it'll start moving along. Things are going to start coming together on this big build, and I'm really happy with it so far. But anyway, I just thought I'd check in. I will probably have another update maybe this weekend on the dragsters, the small scale dragsters that I'm working on. So I just want to get everything lined up, and so I can show that to you. So anyway, keep building. I will see you again soon. Thanks for stopping by, and thanks for all you who have subscribed and leaving comments and giving me the thumbs up. I really appreciate it, and hope to continue to try to keep things interesting, you know, and helpful. And a couple of you guys, I really appreciate the nice comments and telling me that, you know, it's helped you with your building. I like that. I like teaching people stuff. I like sharing what skills I have. I am not the greatest model builder in the world. I'll be the first one to admit it. I like doing things meticulously and very cleanly and in my way, which is not always like everybody else's way. But if you like that kind of stuff, keep coming by, because it'll probably only get worse. So anyway, so I will talk to you again this weekend. Thanks for coming by. I'll see you again real soon.